A lot of people prefer playing battleships because it can be forgiving, because you can mostly afford to take a few salvos and still get away to continue and fight your battle. Now at legendary tier there are some big ships with some big guns, and those big ships go very slow. And you've seen my channel, and a lot of the content is based on destroyer play, because I like the quick thinking, dynamic type of play, where I'm able to change the outcome of a game by playing smart. Now unfortunately in this game I'm going to make a little bit of a mistake, but there's going to be two mistakes made that are going to cost us the game. And when I take out a new ship, and believe it or not, this video is back from January when I dropped the Vermont out of the Bureau project, and I just thought, you know something, I'll give it a go. I'm completely a fish out of water here. I'm still a ship in the sea, and so I'm going to do what I can to help my team towards a win. At least I'm going to do everything I can to help my team towards a win. I'm also going to stop somebody from getting a Kraken, which he was pretty much guaranteed of, and for that I apologise, but it was one hell of a shot that I drop on you. You'll have to keep watching to see that one come in. Now there's a Shimikaze out there, and I do always say that whenever there is a destroyer spotted, everybody should shoot at it. There's a Schlieffen pushing in too. Now the thing I forgot to point out at the beginning is that this is a carrier match, and you can tell it's an old game because we haven't got any letters and numbers down the side of the minimap. But look way across there on the right hand side of the minimap, there is our carrier. Now the rest of blue team are going to kind of stack up behind C-Cap, and for whatever reason our carrier is going to go sailing up the side of the map towards red team. That is probably the dumbest thing that I've seen since yesterday, because there's lots of dumb things go on in World of Warships Legends, admit it, we all know it. We see some dumb moves every single day, sometimes every single game. There's also going to be another mistake in taking and controlling the capture points, and we're also going to see what I like to call the human caterpillar, where ships just feed themselves one after the other to red team. Now I'm not sure what the guns on the Vermont are like. I know they're big. I know that they're very slow to reload. The ship is very slow to get anywhere. But, you know, we get 9k there, or 8.5k, let's say, off the Schlieffen. Now, I know that the Schlieffen has big secondaries, and if I'm in a destroyer, I'm going to keep that guy spotted while staying far enough away from him that I'm not going to get spotted and risk getting taken out by his secondaries. So Shimikaze is doing the right thing. I am hard spotted. The thing that annoys me at the moment is there is an Alaska on my left hand side, and red team have a destroyer on the capture point. Now this, I'm guessing, would be a perfect time to put up that radar and then to try and kill the destroyer, or for our destroyer to try and get turned around and potentially get on the left hand edge of the cap and contest it. Seeing how close I am to the Schlieffen and realising that there is nobody covering B-Cap here, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to push forwards, and it's lucky that I do, because here comes a Musashi. Now I know that the Musashi has torpedoes, and he's in the middle of the map and is prime target for crossfire from two different locations. Now for whatever reason our Shimikaze is not going to go back into B-Cap. He's going, into A-Cap. He's going to push across here, and I'm looking at what I can do to help our team. I can't get on that Schlieffen. I'm going to have to go on the Musashi. I'm angled out, and I'm going to fire and try and get some cap resets just to make it that little bit harder for him to take this capture point. Now this is where we get the feeder going on, because the Alaska, and there is another battleship out there, I don't know which one it is, they are going to feed themselves into A cap, but the Yamato is turning round and he's coming this way. I'm going to curse this Yamato towards the end of this game, but you can see that blue team have also bugged out of Charlie Cap. Red team have got an absolute cap advantage here. I'm expecting torpedoes coming from this Musashi. We get another tickle on them. We don't seem to be doing a lot of damage. Now, I don't remember what my build was on this. It was probably a Sims build. But we're looking round to see what we could do to try and help the team. And then our Shima can't even keep this friggin' battleship spotted in the middle of the capture point. He's starting to back out. He's bow tanking me. He's crossfiring into Charlie Cap. And you can see where our carrier is now. He's up above the 3 o'clock position, heading towards red team's carrier. Now there are, I'm sure, at least 2 or 3 red team ships out there that are going to take care of him and kill him. I have no idea what he was thinking pushing up that way. There was absolutely no reason for that to happen. So that has hugely weakened our team, because red team have their carrier still in this game and we don't. It's not looking good, is it? The unusual thing about this game as well is that we're coming up almost to the halfway point in the game, and I was about to say there's only 1 ship dead on each team, which in itself is highly unusual. But then we drop a beautiful shot on that battleship and we take him out of the game. We lose our Alaska, so the chips are starting to fall, or should I say the dominoes are starting to fall, and it is going to be a domino effect. Our Shima is going to push round onto B cap. I'm thinking I want to put these big guns to some use. We need somebody to spot. I'm going to try and get some shots across at that Worcester, but he disappears again. And I'm thinking, come on, can I just land anything on this guy? But we're not going to be able to. It is looking frankly terrible. The battleship across there on A cap has managed to successfully take the cap back, but he's now being punished by a Montana, and I know that the Shimakaze was also heading in that direction. So I'm going to try and slow down as the Shimakaze appears there in the middle of the capture point, and I'm going to do what I can with this Montana. And as I said, it's the first time I've played this ship, so I'm not very good at gauging the time of flight of the shells, but that actually looks half decent. The reload is incredibly long, but for whatever reason RNG just throws a snake eyes on that one and drops those shells all the way around the side of that Montana. So it was giving that guy the benefit of the doubt. But the reload is coming up again. We're going to adjust our sight a little bit more this time. Lead him just a touch. Somebody else gives him a clattering. And I think I'm going to get the kill here for my 2nd kill of the game. Now, did I get it? No, I didn't. The Navaran got it. No, I got it. Alright, we're pulling it back. We have lost 3 ships. They have lost 4. But watch this. This is where RNG is going to screw my game completely, because I have got a broadside conqueror who is basically on 2 bars of health, and I'm thinking I can do this. I can kill this guy. Let's see what we can do here. We put the full salvo off, and I'm turning my guns expecting that guy to disappear so that I can put some shots onto the Worcester. But we get 1 penetration, 1 over penetration, and 3 shatters from a friggin' Vermont on a broadside conqueror. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now our Shima is there in the middle of the cap. I'm guessing that he must be spotted, But I just don't know what's going on there. I'm thinking, just stay on the cap. You've got backup coming in. I can get rid of this Conqueror, who's now popped his super heal. That's absolutely awesome. I'm concerned about crossing this gap because I know the Worcester is out there. I'm thinking something is going to get spotted. But rather than stay on the cap, the Shimakaze is going to go sailing out in front of red team. Now I know there's a Roan out there, I know there is a Worcester, but I've been distracted for too long. And that's it, I got distracted. Yamato is behind me, he's trying to get a shot on that Conqueror too. We've got planes coming in on us. I'm not going to damage control, I don't think, because I'm absolutely certain that I'm about to get bombed by this carrier. This Conqueror should not have taken so long to die. Triple fired. If he comes out from behind that island and we have damage controlled, he's going to hit us again and he's going to burn us to the ground. We lose our Brindisi, who has played, I think, a quite good game, and I do believe he gets top of the board on this one. But the team are feeding themselves into B cap. They're getting hammered. They're getting reset. And I'm thinking, okay, fires are down, heal coming up, there he is. Now to me, this guy is in exactly the same position that he was when I fired my first salvo earlier. This time we hit him for 19k, not 1900, and we get the kill. So our attention switches to the Worcester, who is doing the smart thing, and he is kiting away across the map, heading away from our team because he knows we've got range. I haven't quite got range on him, but all he's doing is keeping that battleship reset on B cap. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to try and push for C cap. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for a destroyer, but the battleship again is continue to push against the Worcester. There are at least 2 cruisers out there. They are running. Red team have a 60-point lead. That is all that is in this game. If we can flip the cap with the time remaining, we have the potential to pull it back. And here we go. We're going to hit this rune, or we're going to shoot at this rune. This is the guy, or the Roan. This is the guy that was on 4 kills. I'm sure he was hunting a Kraken. And it was after the game. I thought, we've missed that one, we'll get another salvo on, but no, we drop it through the sunroof. But it's not enough to give us a lead because we lost the guy in B cap. We have another battleship feeding himself into B cap, but the Shimakaze is out there somewhere. This is the human caterpillar of domination mode, where instead of sticking together, instead of supporting each other, ships feed themselves one after the other to the enemy team, and you get focused down, and before they know it, they're staring at the port screen. Now I really think I should have gone a little bit more bow in here to this capture point, because it would have really made a difference. The Shimakaze is very obviously on A cap, and I fluffed this shot because I'm on 4 kills and I'm hungry for a Kraken. I realized I was on 4 kills, but again, 1 penetration, 2 shatters, absolutely nothing off that salvo. Now I'm staying full broadside, and again, this is where I wasn't paying attention a little bit, because the Yamato has sailed onto the cap, and I want to get all my guns on this guy because I'm thinking there's a 100-point flip in it, and we could potentially pull this one back if we can turn the cap and kill this carrier. We're going to eat a torp. We're looking at him, and I don't know why I didn't pull the trigger sooner. I was looking at the Yami, and then I was like, okay, he's round the corner, we can kill this guy. Again, absolute shambles of a salvo there, but the Yamato picks up a high caliber. There are 20 seconds left on the clock. There are currently 4 points in this game, and this is why when watching this video back I was absolutely kicking myself that I didn't turn into this cap with the Yamato sooner, because as we tick down through the final 20 seconds now, we can't turn this cap in our favor. We can stop red team earning points on it, but it's a 4-point difference through the full length of the game. What I will say, it was a hard-fought match, but it's going to end in defeat by 4 points. And for a first game in a ship, not really knowing how to play it very well, I think I kind of held my own. I pulled a couple of good shots there. RNG deserted me a couple of times. In all, I wouldn't play that ship on a regular basis. But look at this, even though we lost, we've got nearly a 2300, a 2200. I'm on 2058. You know, 3 ships well over 2000 XP in a defeat. And I think, looking at red team and them winning, I think we had the advantage. We definitely had the advantage there, and we lost it on points. So Vermont, sorry, you're a little bit too slow at everything for me to consider you playing more often. So a bit of a painful failboat there, but I hope you've enjoyed it. It's me in a legendary battleship, so please do smash the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.